Let's look at an ideal situation of how it is supposed to be and the practical reality of what is obtainable in your business. Now, I want us to really pay attention to this. So there is an ideal situation of how certain things should be. However, when we bring it to the reality of your operations or to the reality of what is happening in your business, that ideal situation may not be practical for your business. The ideal situation may be practical in another person's business, but it will not be practical in your business. I'm going to give an example, but please do not generalize my example. So in an ideal situation, when, coming up with an organogram, ideally you would have the accountant and then you will have the inventory and the procurement report to the accountant. That is an ideal situation and it's not bad. However, when we look at your unique business operations, as a business owner, let's say as a retail business or even production business, we are able to see that if we apply that ideal situation in your business, it will kill control. Why will it kill control? Most likely one of them being that we have looked at the personality of the persons involved in these roles. The accountant, the procurement person, and let's say the inventory person, or the production person, whatever. If we allow that ideal situation to flow in our operations, we will kill control and we will be the drivers of theft by collusion, which means that we as the owners of the business, we are going to be the ones to create a ground that will make theft by collusion very possible and very easy. So when I am dealing with some clients or when I'm dealing with some organizations or businesses, when I look at their organogram, I look at their procedures, I visit the business, I interview the people, I pay attention to them, body languages, responses, I poke into their eyes, I try to see what is not said or hear what is not said. Usually I will tell the business owner, dismantle that organogram. Let the procurement person and even the inventory person, let them be reporting to you for some time, pending when we get some level of, because our instincts, our intuition are very, very sharp. So I will tell the owner of the business, dismantle that flow, like that ideal flow, dismantle it. Let the accountant report to you, fine. Let the procurement person report to you and let the inventory person report to you individually. Now, what that does is that it kills the possibility of collusion because one person is issuing out the money. The person who is going to procure the items is reporting to the person who is issuing out the money. The person who will receive the items and keep it is also reporting to the person who is issuing out the money. Do you know how easy these three people can decide to collide and do something and you would not know? Because the control over them, if the control over them, who is the accountant, is a dubious person or a smart thief, you are in trouble. Because every single time your books will be balancing, everything will be looking okay, or things are going wrong. And if you as the owner of the business do not have the technical know-how, like I learned from one of our external auditors sometime back, he said to me, indeed, if an accountant does not want you to see certain things, you will not see them. It will take the eyes of another accountant to see it. So, an ideal situation may not always be a practical situation, or an ideal solution or an ideal way of doing things may not be the practical way for you. Does this make sense? The ideal situation for this organization might not be practical for your own reality. This is the reason why we work with consultants. And this is one of the things that my clients benefit from me. Because when we implement or we establish systems and structure, we do it unique, customized to your unique business experiences. I have experienced theft issues and I've almost gone to jail for it. And I can tell you categorically, sometimes you need to dismantle that organogram. I hope this makes sense. Now, I'm not saying this as a standard for everybody, but I'm saying that as a business owner, sit down and look at situations, in this case, your organogram, from an ideal situation and a practical situation. I hope this makes sense. Have a lovely day.